Now, the 24th Annual Tourism Expo will be held from the 24th to the 26th of April 2024. Now, our aim is to provide a platform for Namibia's tourism industry to promote and market their products and services to all involved in the industry, as well as the public. Now, since its inception in 1994, the Tourism Expo has grown consistently and has earned a superb reputation for offering the only centralized marketing platform for Namibia's tourism industry. Now, the Tourism Expo will be taking place from tomorrow at the Windhoek Country Club and Resort Casino. Now, joining us with more is the Namibia's Media Holding Executive for Public Relations as well as Stakeholder Relations Executive, Maggie Mbako. Good morning, ma'am, and welcome to GMN.
Good morning, Lord, and thanks for having me.
Okay, now it's almost around about that time. It's been a
Indeed,
while, since
indeed.
1999.
Yeah, indeed. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
And we're excited, still excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, share with us some highlights for this year's themes and Tourism Expo, and maybe, but perhaps before we get to that, let's reflect on last year's one. How would you sum up last year's one?
Last year's one was exciting, as all the other years. The key highlights was the new Namibia tourism networking session that goes over 3 days, 2 days last year, and again 2 days this year. It was packed with really highly experienced presenters on various topics about tourism, and of course our usual bridal competition, where we have those that just got married in a year competing to be the bride of the year or the couple of the year for that year. And yes, of course, not forgetting our entertainments that we always have lined up to entertain our visitors and our exhibitors alike.
So the success continues.
Yeah,
Okay.
the success
So
continues.
looking at this year's theme, what is the theme for this year?
The theme this year, for the next 5 years, since last year, we are focusing on, marketing Namibia without borders. So it's beyond borders.
Okay.
But this year, we are specifically focusing on Kaza.
Okay.
Kaza is a Kavango Zambezi Trans-Frontier Area, which is an initiative of 5 member states countries. And it's got a space of about 520,000 square of parks. So we are focusing on Kaza because it is promoting sustainable tourism between the 5 member states.
Okay.
And equally so, we are promoting or we are advocating marketing not only Namibia as a single destination, but the entire Kaza, so that really our people that are on those Kaza areas can benefit from the sustainable tourism and from the tourists that are visiting those areas. Therefore, we have invited all the Kaza member states to exhibit with us so that in a way we learn from each other, because for as much as we are all African countries or we share the same Kaza, we have different products that we can both market to attract our visitors. Therefore, we have them all exhibiting, and also at the tourism networking session, they will share with the exhibitors as well as the delegates to that workshop ways of marketing, especially cultural tourism.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that obviously that you have one standing theme, but this year's focus is on Kaza, and you're talking about sustainable tourism. Now, for the sake of our viewers who might be watching, when you're saying sustainable tourism, what exactly are we referring to?
We are referring at protecting the natural resources of our countries, especially there in the protected areas. We are advocating for sustainability, unspoiled landscape, and of course the conservation of our animals and all natural resources that we have there. Because with that unspoiled richness or wisdom that we have, only then can we really able to sustain tourism sustainably or maintain it sustainably, and also only then can we really create jobs, because it's only when you have visitors going to those areas to see what we have sustained can you create jobs, because you've got people there in the communities, taking them for tours, showing them, of course, selling their crafts and arts, because they have visitors going to those areas. So that is what we mean.
Okay. Now, can you describe the range of exhibitors participating in this year's expo? Are there any notable international ones, for instance?
Yes, I've just mentioned that we've got 5 countries, CASA member states, that is Namibia, Angola, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and of course Botswana. And we've got South Africans also joining us. We've got Malaysian embassy. We've got Indonesia, and of course some other neighboring tour operators also coming to exhibit, not only in destination like as I spoke about, but of course being tour operators coming to really market the product and services of their destination, and not only exhibiting but also learning from what Namibia has to offer, and subsequently also Namibian operators that are exhibiting will also be able to learn from what other tour operators are packaging, and what all the tourism products that we have. Because Tourism Expo is not only to showcase what Namibia have to offer, but it is a platform for the tourism operators to really learn from each other, to network, and also to learn new trends in the market.
Okay. Now, let's talk about some of the unique activities and experiences that are planned to engage the attendees. Can they still look for, to good food,
Sure.
wine? I think you mentioned the issue of entertainment and possibly adventure tourism.
Sure. There's a lot that we have lined up. Of course, value for money and worthy for all our exhibitors and visitors alike. Wines, of course. Wine tasting is there. So please join us tomorrow once the Minister of Environment, Forestry and Tourism has opened the expo at 2 o'clock. Gates will be open to you, to everybody, to all the Namibians, to come to the Windhoek Country Club for the official opening. And of course, after the official opening, we go for wine tasting, we go for the good cuisines there, whether it's local cuisines, traditional, and of course some tasty food from Chinese, Malaysian, Indonesians. They're all there. And entertainments, we have a lineup of different artists that are coming to entertain there, both the visitors and also the exhibitors. So there's a lot.
There's a lot quite
lined up for us.
Okay, let's talk about the program tomorrow. What time is it starting? You did indicate that the Minister will launch at 12. Who else do we expect to be on the official program?
Yeah, the program starts at 14:30 with the official opening by the Honorable Minister, Pohamba Shifeta, the Minister of Environment, Forestry and Tourism. And we have speakers. A guest speaker is Dr. Nyame Nyambe. Nyambe is the Executive Director for CASA Secretariat. He is based in Zambia, and he is coming to be our guest speaker. And of course we have other speakers as well, like the Deputy Mayor of City of Windhoek, the Acting CEO of Namibia Tourism Board, and of course, those are some of the speakers that we are expecting to have tomorrow on the program.
Now, possibly for those exhibitors who might be watching, is there still an opportunity for them to go exhibit their product, or has that time closed? You know Namibians, they like these last-minute things.
Unfortunately for this year, it's tough luck for them, but we look forward to having them next year. So the earlier they book their spaces for next year, because this is an annual expo that has not been interrupted at all, apart from the COVID years, 2 years of COVID. So we look forward to having them next year.
Okay.
Because it's secure that the expo will still take place next year.
Yes. Is there anything that we might have left out this morning that's worth sharing?
Probably the opening times for the expo, that the gates to the public after tomorrow, which is Thursday and Friday, we open at 1600 hours, that is 4 p.m. And the gate closes at 21, but the show closes at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Yeah. So that is very important. So I'm inviting all Namibians to make their ways to the Windhoek Country Club and Resorts to really see what Namibia has to offer, or what CASA has to offer as tourism destination.
Okay. Well, Madam Maggie, thank you very much for making time to speak to us this morning.
The pleasure is all mine. Okay. Looking forward to see you tomorrow.
Okay. Now, that was Maggie Mbako, who's the Executive for Public Relations and Stakeholder Relations for Namibia Media Holdings, talking to us about the upcoming Namibia Tourism Expo that is scheduled to take place from the 24th to the 26th. The official opening tomorrow is starting from 14:30, where the Minister of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, Pamba Shveda, will be doing the official opening. And then Thursdays and Fridays, it opens exactly from 1600 hours. So if you don't have anything to do, please kindly make your way to the Windhoek Country Club and Resort Casino there and be part of this exciting opportunity. As she did mention, CASA will be the focus that is concentrating on protective tourism and sustainable tourism that is in the area of Angola, Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, as well as Botswana. So let's meet at the Windhoek Country Club. GMN gets returned shortly after this break.